It's almost impossible to meet a decent man these days, anyway.
Thank goodness.
Don't say it. I'm just being realistic. Nowadays, all men are dogs.
Well, call me Rover, and I'll bend over.
Still, Mary seems really smitten with this new guy. It's kind of romantic when you think about it.
I don't want to think about it. I want it to happen to me. I miss romance.
Well, I miss sex. Hot, passionate, messy, noisy, sweaty, nasty.
Well, at least you've had it to miss. I haven't had a date in 2 years.
Oh, I haven't had a date since Carter was in office.
I had a date last night, but it was with my DVD player and a roll of paper towel.
All right,
The quicker pickup.
You guys need to come out with me sometime.
Out with you. There's a novel idea. But who here can afford to wait that long?
I know I am too old to be stumbling around in the dark places that you frequent, Lamont. Like that maze at the glory hole.
And God knows what you're being exposed to. It's like having sex in a petri dish.
Come on now, all that anonymity, the mystery, the chase, that's all part of the excitement, part of the thrill.
Look, it's a little too much excitement for me. That's why I don't even bother with Moe's parties, Latino parties, or whatever. I, for one, cannot be dining on mystery meat.
No, for that matter, given the stringent entry requirements, could you ever hope to gain a date? At least not without a laser surgery and a hand grenade.
Man, you guys just don't know. Sometimes those private sex parties can be smoking.
Everyone is promiscuous, vacuous, butch queen, or body boy in heat.
Smoking, perhaps, but where there's that much smoke, when can you burn? I'm allergic to that stuff.
Still, when you seriously need to do the damn thing, you can't beat it. It's a sure bet. Just like balance.
Well, if it's instant gratification you need, you could always set your cell phone to vibrate.
I've just never understood the appeal of anonymous sex.
Then introduce yourself. Take them home.
I'm sorry, but I can't jump into bed with just anyone at the drop of a hat. Anymore.
But if you want sex, you go where the sex is happening. I do mean happening. Brothers of all shapes and sizes, and you can have them all without the hassle or the song and dance.
But that's just it. I'm not looking for sex. I'm not looking for just sex. I don't want them all. I don't need them all. Just one. One decent, honest, sincere, stable fellow. Something basic, nothing flashy, no games, no unnecessary drama. And he doesn't have to be Tyson Beckford or Bobby Blake or Barack Obama. I just want someone who is not crazy. Lately, everyone I meet is half a bottle.
I heard that. I think I have a lot to offer. I'm intelligent, I'm not unattractive, I work off and keep myself up. I make decent money, own my own home, drive a nice car, and dress well.
Oops.
I'm not the hardest brother, and I'm certainly not the softest brother either. I'm a good person, and everyone says I'm a good catch, and yet I'm not in a relationship. Hell, I don't even have any prospects. I mean, I go out to a social event and try to mingle, and brothers just look right through me as if I wasn't even there. Or if I speak to them, and they acknowledge my existence at all, they all look at me like I'm an alien from another planet, or like I've just lost my mind, just for daring to say hello. What's that about? I mean, you're so grand you can't even speak to someone?
When people behave that way, they're responding to something they see in themselves reflected in you.
Well, that's their baggage, and I am not a bellhop. I can't be bothered. That's why I don't even go to the clubs anymore. Why waste the money? You go to all the trouble to snatch yourself up, and you go out just looking to have some fun, a cocktail or two, listen to some good music, maybe even dance a little bit. But after 45 minutes of brothers avoiding your eyes or rolling theirs at you, you wind up feeling so irrelevant. You just go home. Who needs it? I can drink at my condo and a lot cheaper. And I don't have to sit around all night holding in my goddamn stomach.
I tell you guys, you need to suck it up and get legit.
Well, I've already done half that.
Most brothers in the life want a man, not someone running around acting like Patti LaBelle. If they wanted a woman, they'd have one, a real one.
Half of them did.
Whatever happened to opposites attract?
It's a myth, at least when it comes to black dating.
Come on, think of it as positive reinforcement. You are who you hang out with. Brothers want to be seen with someone hard and masculine because they think it makes them look more hard and masculine. And it cuts way down on suspicion and speculation. It's not opposites attract you're dealing with here. It's the difference between birds of a feather and guilt by association. People see you with someone who's even a little bit soft and they figure you must be the same way regardless of how you look.
But why is it such a crime to be soft, as you call it? What's wrong with intelligence and sensitivity and reading and culture?
I'm telling you, brothers in life want a man. A real man. That's the whole point.
Oh, I see. So now possessing an iota of class disqualifies one as a real man?
Actually, using words like iota.
So we should walk around grunting, bumping our chest, grabbing our crotch.
But do we have to grab our own crotches?
They don't want a real man. They want a thug. 40 and 50-year-olds with advanced degrees and mortgages running around with their boxers showing, looking for juvenile delinquents. It's ridiculous. You can't get a date unless you're wearing an ID from the DC jail.
Hey, I didn't make the game.
You just play it.
Like a champ.
I blame BET. BET and that rap music. They've stunted our values because they glorify and glamorize that whole ghetto culture and thug mentality. It's a sin and a shame.
Bitch, please. Every time I go over to your house, you're watching BET.
That's just because the boys are so cute.
See there?
Look, I feel for you guys. If you're really serious about getting some play, you're going to have to turn it down a notch. Or 2. Or 10.
But why? Why should he have to be anyone other than who he is? And why should any of us?
Let's face it. You're all up here complaining about what you can't have, but I don't see any of you trying to have each other. I mean, you know what they say. If you do what you always do, you'll get what you always got. And if you've been getting nada, well, whatever you're doing ain't working. So you end up paying for what you want. Or doing without.
Trick or treatless.
Either way, it's a pretty grim scenario.
And if you do get somebody that way, then what? They're not interested in the real you, and you're going to pretend to be that person the rest of your life.
There's a lot of brothers walking around pretending 24/7.
You should know.
Well, to quote Ashford and Simpson, give me something real.
Okay, that won't fade into the light of day.